Hi, I'm the Fury79 and this is the KangerTech AeroTank review. Okay boys and girls, let's go into the nuts and bolts of the KangerTech AeroTank. Obviously you'll get it in the usual standard presentation box. Slides out the side, of course you get your instructional booklet and instructions, of course, how to fill it on the back. It's very odd doing this upside down. The guarantee of authenticity, and obviously the instructions on how to scratch all this off, because none of us have done what's name. The box itself, you get 2 coils. They're not installed, so remember that. I actually nearly went to fire this up and I'm thinking, why ain't it bloody working? And of course it didn't have the old wick head in. You get some spare O-rings in there and a glamour ring. Let's pop the top on this. Of course your spare wick. The glamour ring still the same as always, and as I said, a couple of spare O-rings in there as well. And as per with KangerTech products, you get the authenticity scratch off there, which of course you can pop along to KangerTech's website and make sure that you've got a genuine article. As this came from a reputable friend, I'm going to go ahead and trust that it is an actual KangerTech AeroTank. Now, what makes this a good device? Well, here is an adjustable ring on the base of the atomizer that adjusts the airflow rather simply. They're dual cores. I would imagine these are very similar to the ProTank 2 heads. Certainly not ProTank 3 heads, because frankly they're awful. And this is the device. Now let's take a look at this very quickly. Drip tip. This is not the standard drip tip. This is an atomic number 9 from Smock. As you can see, the drip tip is different. That's the actual drip tip that came with it. I don't like long drip tips, and I'm thankful that it can come out, because I just don't like that. That's too long for me. I like them short and I like them stubby. But I'll tell you what, for the purpose of this review video, I am going to just use it as it would come out of the box. So let's pop it off the device. Set to one side and let's have a little look at the device itself. Glass tank, as far as I can tell, the whole thing comes apart just like any of the ProTank 2s and 3s. I think the glass is interchangeable, but of course this time, as opposed to a ProTank 2 or 3, it's all very square. Now I like that. I like square built. You know, if you've got something like, say, like I do with the Simona 1, it looks very smart on there. It's very uniform. There's very little. It doesn't even matter if there's no absolutely tight, no gap at all there, because this is the airflow. And let's find it. There's one hole, and there's another hole, and there is the third hole. I hope you'll be able to see that on here. And of course, to tighten up the jaw, that's full, obviously, air intake. To tighten off the jaw, you just put it up. Now I have this, ironically, bearing in mind, pretty much closed off. So, but I find the jaw is still quite airy. But then I like an airy jaw anyway. So you're pretty much going to have it almost entirely closed off for a tight jaw. One thing I will mention is, do not over tighten that, because it is an absolute nightmare with juice covered hands to pull it back and remove it. Okay, let's put some juice in. Probably a jump cut, because I need to get some from over there. Okay, we have juice. We have a syringe, because this is a dripper bottle. 12mg peaches and cream, which I'm going pretty mad for at the moment. Now this is a 2mm syringe, but I generally put it all the way up to there. It's probably about 4mm. Let's get that in there, put up some juice. this is Billy King's Peaches and Cream from vapingking.co.uk. I will double check that the website is correct and post a link in the description below, and you'll probably see it across the bottom here. Right, so there we go. Good amount of juice, very aromatic. I might add this was the first bottle of Peaches and Cream that was ever made. Just been sat here steeping for a while. Okay, same as usual with most KangerTanks, bottom comes off, and that's where the old wick assembly goes, just like any other Pro Tank. Anything else? I don't know if you'll be able to see down inside there. Very similar design internally to just about everything else, Pro Tank 2 and even the 1 maybe. And of course the lovely information down there at the side. So of course you've got the little bar, you can just about see that there I think, in there. And let's get the juice in. Always go to just above that little bar in the middle. That's taken up probably about 3 ml of juice. What's it on now? Just a little over 0.5 ml of juice in there, left in that syringe. Of course, straight back on there like that, nice and tight, and let it all seep in for a bit. Right, pop this excess juice back in the bottle. And let's have a look at what she vapes like. Back to close the cam on my face. Right, so what device am I going to use? Standard for all my review videos, the good old SID. Now, as far as I'm aware, it's a 2-ohm coil in here, but we shall check that now. My output, as always, is 14 watts. We just set that to resistance, and it is indeed the 2-ohm coil. There you go, you can hear it already, that distinctive Kanger crackle. Now, I've been using this for a while, obviously. I do enjoy the tank. We'll start the review on full open, but I'll just tighten it up to just at the bottom, covering the air hole. So this is full width opening on the air holes. Okay. Fairly standard fare for a self-contained tank. I forgot there was 24 milligram in that beforehand. Ooh, hello. I've dropped my nick pretty much in half, that was surprising. So now we're about halfway up the ring. Now this is interesting for me because I personally don't feel there's much of a difference. If anything, that improves the vape itself. Now let's do that again. Yeah, I actually thought that was better. Now I shall put it up to my chosen. Where's the blinking holes gone when you want them? Oh yeah, there's one. I pretty much shut it off entirely. And listen. It's a noisy little bagger, but I find it operates best for me. And I'm not really noticing a massive amount in the draw, unless you completely close it off. That actually works. So I'm going to loosen it off a bit now. You see, airflow. I've literally done that like half a turn from closed. Oh my god, that's definitely peaches and cream now. I find that the more closed the hole is, the better the vapour production tends to be, which is a bit backward when you compare. My AeroW has a huge 3mm hole in it, and you know, pretty much chucks out quite a lot of vapour, you know, but then that's like the differences, isn't it, therein. It is what it is. Overall, the quality is good. I like the build. It's a very pretty looking tank, and it does, when set up in my preferred method with the Spartan mod strip tip there, look pretty badass actually. Really, really nice. Vape's well enough. It's a very enjoyable vape. Of course, removable drip tip. I do normally have the Smock Atomic number 9 usually installed on it, because I normally keep my Spartan mod strip tip for my rebuildables. However, for the purpose of this, you know, that is how I would ordinarily have it. Again, usual Kanger quality, Pirate's glass tank, good seals top and bottom. I've had that coil in now since I've had it, and it hasn't failed yet. 2 ohms, 14 watts. It's taken some abuse, and you know, it's a great little tank, but the airflow ring I find is pretty much next to useless until it's closed, or mostly closed, or in fact actually it seems to be the reverse with rebuildables. The more closed the air hole is, the better the vapour is. But then, you know, that's just my opinion. It is a great little tank, I will say that. I'm very grateful that I received it. I enjoy using it. It's a great little tank. It went down to London and back with me yesterday with Mr. Yoda and Mrs. Yoda on the old eye taste. Performed very, very well. And you know, it's good. It's a good little tank, but don't expect much from that air control. So overall, I'm going to give it 7.5 out of 10 for everything. I've been a Fury 79. You've been gorgeous. That's the AeroTank by KangerTech, available from Vapor Caper. Peace.